And the beautiful thing about Allah's love is that Allah shows us His love in every language of love. Allah shows you love by giving you His attention. Allah shows you love by caring for you without you knowing that He's caring for you. Allah shows you His love by what He gives and what He takes. Allah shows you His love through His people, through your experiences. Every moment of your life is a declaration of Allah's love for you. And that's why we say, Allahumma inna nas'aluka hubbak. Oh Allah, we ask you for your love. The fascinating thing about hubbak is it means, oh Allah, we ask you that you love us, but it also means, Ya Allah, grant us the ability to love you most. Nas'aluka hubbak is not just your love in the sense that you love us, it also means that we love you the way that you ought to be loved. And so some of us used to pray Fajr only in Ramadan, and now you pray Fajr 3 times a week. Some of us used to pray Fajr every day, but we would only go to the masjid in Ramadan for Fajr. And now we go to the masjid for Fajr 2 times a week. That's not because of you. That's Allah's love for you, to inspire you and empower you and enable you to make that. That's Allah's love for you as much as it is your love for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And so this dua is so powerful. Allahumma inni as'aluka hubbak wa hubba man yuhibbuk. And to love the ones that you love, that they love me and you love them, Ya Allah. And we make dua for a lot of worldly matters. But Jannah is one of those things that we will never get because we deserve. But Jannah is a place that we can go to if we beg Allah enough sincerely and we do our efforts as best as we can. But there's a trick to it. The trick to it is that in an authentic hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, the Prophet ﷺ says, never does a servant say, Oh Allah, enter me into Jannah 3 times. Go ahead, go to your heart and say, Allahumma inni as'aluka al-Jannah. Allahumma inni as'aluka al-Jannah. Allahumma inni as'aluka al-Jannah. Desperate. You're not negotiating Jannah. You want Jannah. You need Jannah. Allahumma inni as'aluka al-Jannah. Ya Allah, no one else can give me Jannah. Say it 3 times with your heart. Oh Allah, I ask you for Jannah. My mom can't get me into Jannah. My dad can't get me into Jannah. My degree can't get me into Jannah. My money can't get me into Jannah. My actions, my ibadah, my siyam, my Ramadan, none of it can get me into Jannah. Ya Allah, you can get me into Jannah. Ya Allah, enter me into Jannah. Say that 3 times. Say it 3 times. Allahumma inni as'aluka al-Jannah. Allahumma inni as'aluka al-Jannah. Allahumma inni as'aluka al-Jannah. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, never does a servant ask Allah Azza wa Jal for Jannah 3 times except that Jannah says, Jannah speaks on your behalf, and Jannah says, Allahumma adkhilhu al-Jannah. But in the same hadith it says, at the one who says, Oh Allah, save me from the hellfire. Allahumma ajirni minan nar. Allahumma ajirni minan nar. Allahumma ajirni minan nar. Say it. Say it like you're standing in front of the hellfire. Say it like your deeds are being announced in front of your great-great-grandfather you never met. Say it like you were judged based off of who you are in front of Allah Azza wa Jal today. Say, Allahumma ajirni minan nar. I can't save myself from the hellfire. My actions don't save me from the hellfire. Ya Allah, you save me from the hellfire. The one who says, Allahumma ajirni minan nar 3 times. Allahumma ajirni minan nar. Allahumma ajirni minan nar. Allahumma ajirni minan nar. The hellfire, with all of its burn, with all of its exhaustion, the hellfire is so severe that it becomes so severe that it begins to burn itself to the extent that it says, Ya Allah, be easy on me with myself. The hellfire says, Oh Allah, save him from the hellfire. Oh Allah, save him from the hellfire. Oh Allah, save him from the hellfire. That's why, subhanAllah, in a gathering like this, the Prophet ﷺ, he witnessed, a group of like wasps and moths and bugs throwing themselves into the fire. And the Prophet ﷺ, from the lutf and the mercy that Allah Azza wa Jal placed inside of him, he raised his hand forward. And he was trying to prevent them from throwing themselves into the fire. If you look at the fire close enough, you might see, these very small insects throwing themselves into the fire to their own destruction. You're like, man, you couldn't be a smarter insect than that. Brothers, some of our lives look like we're throwing ourselves into the hellfire. And the bug that throws himself into this fire, they're just dealing with the end of their life. But you know what's worse than losing your life is losing your Jannah. And subhanAllah, the Prophet ﷺ, after protecting like trying to show the extent of Allah's mercy of even preventing the bugs from falling into the fire, he says, this is how I am to the ummah. This is how I am to the ummah. That people are dragging themselves into the hellfire, and I am here as a shield from Allah Azza wa Jal, أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام, to save them from throwing themselves into the hellfire. And so we have to view the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ as a safety net from the fire of hell. And we have to view gatherings like this, where we study the words of the Prophet ﷺ as a means of saving ourselves from the hellfire. And the person that is not being saved from the hellfire is dragging themselves into the hellfire. That it will be said by the angels as you walk through the gates of Jannah. What do the angels say? The Quran gives us glimpses. You get sound bites from the malaika. Salamun alaykum tibtum fadkhuluha khalidin. It's like the angels are reassuring us. Wallah, it's beautiful. I want you to hear this not from Tariq. Tariq is not worth listening to. I want you to hear this from the Quran, from the voice of the angels. Salamun alaykum tibtum. Peace be unto you. Tibtum. Y'all are good now. Tibtum literally means you're good now. You're good, you're fine, you made it. Salamun alaykum, you crossed the path, you lived in your grave, you rose from nothing, the only thing that remains of a person is the smallest part of the back. Salamun alaykum, you've risen from your death. You've seen Yawm al-Qiyamah. You heard everyone saying nafsi, nafsi. Tibtum, you're good now. You're fine now. Salamun alaykum tibtum. Fadkhuluha khalidin. Enter, you're here for good. There's no more instability. You were in the womb of your mother, then you were in the dunya. Then in the dunya you move from one place to another, one town to another, one city to another, one house to another, one career to another. You kept moving and moving. You then moved to your grave. Then you moved on Yawm al-Qiyamah. Then you crossed the Sirat. And then you had your book handed to you. All of these things. Tibatum, you're good now. You're good now. The angels who never sinned will look at you and say, Tibatum, you're good now. Fadkhuluha khalidin. You're here for good. You're here forever. The other thing that the malaika say is, Salamun alaykum bima sabartum. Peace be unto you, salam to you, because of what you were patient with. Allah knows you buried someone that you loved. Allah knows you overcame an addiction to vaping. Allah knows that you let go of a haram relationship for Allah. Allah knows that took a tremendous amount of patience. So the angels say, peace to you because of the patience that you carried in this dunya. فَنِعْمَ عُقْبَ الدَّارِ. And what a beautiful house Allah chose for you. What a beautiful house Allah chose for you. فَنِعْمَ عُقْبَ الدَّارِ. What a beautiful place Allah chose for you to reside in. But another thing that the angels say is, you're told on that day, إِنَّ لَكُمْ أَن تَصِحُّوا فَلَا تَمْرَضُوا أَبَدًا. That you'll be healthy and you'll never be sick again. That you'll be happy and you'll never be sad again. Imagine that. Never sad again. Never sick again. Never in pain again. That is the greeting of Jannah, because Jannah eliminates every pain before it, and the hellfire eliminates every pleasure before it.